Today marks 4 years since the attack on the U.S. Capitol, when rioters clashed with police in an attempt to overturn President Donald Trump's 2020 election loss to Joe Biden. Here in South Carolina, dozens of people have since been charged or have pending cases for their involvement on that day, and questions surround a possible pardon of Trump supporters when he retakes the Oval Office. Live 5's investigative reporter Emily Johnson has looked into people in our area charged in the historic riot and how they feel about the potential of being pardoned.
I didn't really expect what happened to happen. I didn't think it would be historic as it was.
A day marked in history by violence, chaos, and death that left the nation split on what Americans believe is right or wrong. Berkeley County native Christopher Rocky was at the Capitol on that day 4 years ago.
I just thought, I could be there and help protect some people because I didn't feel like the police were going to be able to protect them.
Rocky is a Marine Corps veteran and served in Operation Desert Storm.
I feel betrayed by my country. Been 3 years now of getting berated and disowned and labeled a insurrectionist and a domestic terrorist, and I think we need to tell our story. We're not all bad people.
He describes most of the day as peaceful and non-violent until tear gas started going off, bringing himself to the front of a police line.
And I walked up to them and I put my hand up on a shield. I didn't do anything. They, with a metal baton, hit me over the fingers and sliced my fingers wide open. That angered me. And then I started yelling at them.
The 55-year-old is charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers and was sentenced to 18 months in prison.
Still, I didn't assault anybody. They call touching a shield assaulting an officer. It's not assault, I'm sorry. That doesn't warrant 18 months in prison.
And now 4 years later, do you regret being at the Capitol that day?
That's a difficult question to answer. Do I regret it? I regret it terribly because my life was in shambles. But I think it's not justified that it should be. I shouldn't have to regret that I was there.
Under Biden's administration, over 1,500 people have been charged in nearly all 50 states for crimes relating to the breach of the U.S. Capitol. Almost 600 people have been charged with assaulting or impeding law enforcement, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
1,500 charges later, 3 years on the calendar, they are still out making new arrests on people who entered the Capitol. And I don't know what that total number looks like. I don't know how many more years they intend to do that.
Out of the hundreds charged in the January 6th riots, 34 are charged or have pending cases in South Carolina. 11 of those are here in the Lowcountry, including Rocky. But now that Donald Trump will be taking back his seat in the Oval Office, questions surround what will happen next for those charged.
There's a lot of talk, but until the new administration comes in and President Trump makes a decision, I don't think it's going to have any effect on pending cases.
This is an unprecedented event in American history, and it's not something that anybody can say with any degree of certainty, this is going to happen or that's going to happen.
In an interview with NBC, Trump said,
"We're going to look at everything. We're going to look at individual cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be acting very quickly."
Within your first 100 days, first day?
First day.
First day.
Yeah, I'm looking first day.
Issue these pardons.
These people have been there, how long is it, 3 or 4 years?
Okay.
Now, based on what we've heard, from the news and from what the incoming administration has said, it sounds like that this is going to be a hot button priority item for the new administration, and we hope it is.
The biggest question surrounding possible January 6th pardons is if Trump will pardon everyone charged, only specific charges, or simply no one at all.
You know, I think anyone who is thinking critically about it has to realize there's a very wide range of cases. You have individuals who were charged for assaulting and committing violent assaults against law enforcement. I think that will probably get a specific treatment. And you have people who just sort of wandered into the Capitol following a crowd.
As for Rocky's case, he will report to a Florida prison only 5 days after the new administration takes the Oval Office, leaving his future up in the air.
I've got a lot riding on that, I guess. Hopefully he comes through on his promise. And that's just, it might be selfish, you know, I'm being selfish, yes. I'm hoping that he comes through on his promise and I get pardoned and I can get on with my life.
Reporting for Live 5 Investigates, I'm Emily Johnson.